Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call the August 3rd, 2021 Town Council meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And if we can please remain standing for a moment of silence for our men and women serving here and abroad. Thank you. We do have Councilor Sasha and Councilor O'Brien who are attending remotely, so all votes tonight will be a roll call. That includes opening the meeting. Clerk Semino, please.
Just getting Councilor O'Brien on the line. We are live. We are live. Councilor Sasha, you there? We will see. Okay. Roll call. Councilor Hume?
Here.
Councilor Rengus?
Here.
Councilor Ryan?
Here.
Councilor Flaherty?
Here.
Councilor Sasha? I'm going to have to try calling him back. A different.
Here.
Oh, he is here. Excellent. Councilor Connors?
Here.
Councilor O'Brien?
Present.
Thank you. Councilor Berica?
Here.
Councilor Mackin?
Here.
All present. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to announcements. Item 02023, Council President, the Nelson Chin Memorial Golf Tournament. So as many of you know, our dear friend, Nelson Chin, passed away in December of a COVID. We have here tonight Susan Chin, his wife, and Tombo's one of his best friends. The family has formed a fund. It's called the Nelson Chin Memorial Fund, and what they've decided to do, that's the family Sue Chin, Amanda Chin, Adam Chin, and Andrew Chin, all came together and decided they wanted to give back to the community in Nelson's name because Nelson was such a big part of the Braintree community. So they've created this fund. All the money they raise in the events that they're going to plan are going to this fund and going to be giving back to various organizations in the community. And I am honored to be part of this committee. So we met and we have planned the first annual Nelson Chin Memorial Golf Tournament. It's going to be Friday, October 15th at Braintree Municipal Golf Course. All the details will be coming out shortly, but save the date. This will sell out in no time. There will be plenty of swag, because as anybody who knows Nelson, he loves swag. So stay tuned for signups to register to golf. We'll be looking for things to raffles, auctions, all that stuff. And also, in conjunction with that, the Sprint for Super Saturdays, I'm going to jump ahead. It's item 02523, Council President Sprint Super Saturdays Road Races, September 26th. Also on that day, the mayor is holding a family fun day in memory of Nelson Chin. Tombo's is coordinating that with the mayor's office. So lots of good events for Nelson, well deserved too. I don't know if any of you want to say anything? You want to say anything, Sue? No. Okay. Well, we're glad you're here. Okay. But like I said, there'll be more information coming out. We do have a Facebook page that we'll be publishing shortly, as well as flyers and whatnot. So stay tuned for that. Next item, I talked 02123, the Council President, the Family Fund Day in memory of Nelson Chin. We covered that. 02221, the Council President. We had more firefighters sworn in this past week. Some of Braintree's finest. They include Brian Sylvester, Anthony Margettis, Peter Curto, and Catherine, known as Katie Draco. It was a swearing-in ceremony here at Town Hall, which was a great event to see. There were so many people here in the Cahill Auditorium supporting the men and women on the firefighters, which I believe that brings them up to full staffing. But congratulations to all the men and women who are now serving on the Braintree Fire Department. Next item is 02623, Council President Eagle Scout Ceremony. A few weeks ago, the Eagle Scouts held a ceremony on July 6th right here in Cahill Auditorium to honor and recognize their new Eagle Scouts. And they were Aiden McDonough, Joseph Booley, Colton Lyden Shea, Mac Johnson, and Benjamin Nolan. Each year, it's pretty impressive what these Eagle Scout, the projects that they do, and all the projects that they do give back to the community and to Braintree. I'm just going to give you a little brief description of what their projects were, and you'll understand what I'm saying, that they are impressive, and they've touched on so many different parts of the Braintree community. It touches on inclusion, beautification, protecting the environment, togetherness and socialization, and taking care of our animals. So Aiden McDonough, for his project, he modified an existing town picnic table to make them handicap accessible. Joseph Boulay refurbished and painted the exterior of the snack shack at the Braintree High School athletic fields, which many of you will recall that the snack shack is named after Marty McPherson, who he passed away this past year as well. Colton Lyden Shea, he cleaned and marked storm drains with dump no waste drains to ocean indicators, as well as placing informational door hangers on houses in the area regarding the harmful effects of improper waste disposal on the environment. That's actually a project that we have Jim Arsenal, DPW director. One of his departments is focusing on getting all the storm drains labeled with that. So that's a Mac Johnson, he renovated the Camp Kiwanee fire pits with rose-colored granite cobblestones and cleaned up the site. And Benjamin Nolan, he constructed raised platform dog beds for the Braintree Animal Shelter and painted the exterior building. So myself and Councilor Berica were there. It was a great ceremony, quite impressive. Each of the scouts spoke, and as good as their projects were, a lot of them were equally, their speeches were very impressive. So congratulations to them and to all the up-and-coming Eagle Scouts. And that does it for what's on the agenda. Anybody else have any announcements? Council Berica.
Thank you, President Hume. Just wanted to follow that up. Speaking of Colton Lyden Shea's storm drain project for the Eagle Scouts, August is Water Quality Month. And I just wanted to reiterate to Braintree residents that Braintree's drinking water meets or exceeds all of our state standards. Our stormwater and water departments work really hard, as do our residents, making sure our water is clean and safe and of the highest quality. So there were many municipalities in the Commonwealth that actually had to purchase bottled water for their residents over the summer because their water did not meet the state standards. Braintree was not one of them. So just want to give a shout out to our water department, our stormwater department, and all of the residents who take good care of their storm drains and their water, because it really impacts all of our daily lives every day. So thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, seeing none. If it's okay with the committee, we are going to move out of order to a referral to the Committee of Ways and Means, item 21039, mayor appointment. Mr. Pham, we have here in attendance tonight. This is the appointment to Hung Pham to the Conservation Commission or take up any action relative thereto. The mayor's office is requesting same-night action on this appointment. So Mr. Pham can participate in the September Conservation Commission if approved. Okay, what is this? Do I need to read this? Okay, does anybody object to same-night action? Roll call vote, please. Clerk Semino?
Yes, to approve for same-night action. No, to object to same-night action. Councilor Berica. So
Yes to approve.
you're
for
okay
Yes
same-night.
to,
if
yes,
you're, okay.
thank you.
Councilor Connors.
Aye.
Councilor Flaherty.
Yes.
Councilor Hume.
Aye.
Councilor Mackin.
Aye.
Councilor O'Brien.
Aye.
Councilor Ringus.
Aye.
Councilor Ryan.
Aye.
Councilor Sasha. Councilor, thank you.
Did you say aye?
All in favor?
Okay, thank you. Okay, now Councilor Ringus, if you could read the motion, please.
Did we want to introduce Mr. Pham at all?
Oh, sure. frazzled tonight, can you tell?
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Madam President, and to all the members of the council for allowing us to proceed with same-night action for Mr. Pham's appointment to the Conservation Commission. Just by way of background, this is a really exciting appointment, excuse me, for the mayor and myself, as well as the members of the planning staff, including Director Santucci Razi and Conservation Agent Kelly Phelan. Mr. Pham is relatively new to the town of Braintree, and I'm happy to report that he wasted no time in seeking to get involved and become an active member of his community, utilizing his specific expertise in the area of conservation. Mr. Pham has shared with us that he's excited about raising his family in Braintree and is really excited and interested to get involved. Everybody has his resume, which I think would all agree is quite impressive, and I think we are lucky to have him joining our community. But just to highlight a few things, Mr. Pham received his Bachelor of Arts in Biology and also a Master of Science in Environmental Studies. He is currently the Stormwater Program Coordinator for MassDOT and has also served as both an Environmental Analyst 1 and 2 for MassDOT before taking on the Stormwater Program Coordinator role. He's a volunteer with the Neponset River Watershed Association and serves as the co-chair and member of the Massachusetts Association of Conservation Commission Young Professionals Committee. So given the role that the Conservation Commission plays in protecting our resources and specifically our wetlands, rivers, streams, and wildlife in those areas, the expertise and experience that Mr. Pham brings to the committee, I think, will be invaluable to us. And as I think was mentioned earlier, the committee is currently down 2 members. It traditionally sits at 7, and we are short the 2 now. We are anticipating another potential vacancy moving forward, so we thought it was important to take the extraordinary step of asking the council to vote on the appointment with same-night action so that Mr. Pham can jump right in and participate with the commission in their September meeting, which, because of timing, is actually going to take place before this body meets again in September. Mr. Pham is here this evening, so with your permission, Madam President, I would invite him to the podium to introduce himself and answer any questions that you might have. Thank you.
Come on up, Mr. Pham. Welcome.
Hello,
Welcome.
how are you guys? My name is Hong Pham. Well, thank you for that lovely introduction. I don't have anything else to say. I have just recently moved to Braintree, and I'm very, very excited to leverage my expertise and my experience to better my community, especially when I'm planning on raising my family in the town of Braintree.
Well, thank you, and welcome to Braintree, and thank you for your willingness to step up and volunteer. Any members of the council questions or comment? Councilor Ryan.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairwoman. Welcome tonight. I want to thank you for stepping up to serve your community. It's a very honorable thing, and there's a lot of important work to be done on the Conservation Committee for the town, and it seems like you're well qualified to serve, so I welcome you. I wish you the best of luck. You a member of Moses?
Yes, I think I...
Your union? Yeah, you are. If you're a member of DOT, you're probably a Moses employee. So I was on the board of directors for Moses, so it's nice to see a Moses member that lives in Braintree stepping forward, and I welcome you and good luck.
Now I understand what you're talking about. Yes, I am a member of Moses as a part of a member of the Mass DOT. Yes.
Yep, so welcome and
Thank you so much.
good luck.
Thank you. Anybody else? Seeing none? Is there now a motion?
There would be. Thank you, Madam President. I would move that upon the request of His Honor the Mayor of the Town of Braintree through the Braintree Town Council and in accordance with Sections 3-3 of the Charter of the Town of Braintree to approve the appointment of Hong Pham to the Conservation Commission.
Second,
There's been a motion made by Councilor Ringus, seconded by Councilor Ryan. Clerk Semenial, roll call vote, please.
Councilor Baraka.
Yes.
Councilor Connors.
Aye.
Councilor Flaherty.
Yes.
Councilor Hume.
Aye.
Councilor Mackin.
Aye.
Councilor O'Brien.
Aye.
Councilor Ringus.
Aye.
Councilor Ryan.
aye.
Councilor Sasha.
Yes.
All in favor.
That is unanimous. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Good luck.
Thank you. Moving on to approval of minutes of June 1st, 2021. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved, Madam President.
Second.
There's been a motion made by Councilor Ringus, seconded by Councilor Ryan. Clerk Selina will roll call vote, please.
Counselor Baraka.
Yes.
Counselor Connors.
Aye.
Counselor Flaherty.
Yes.
Counselor Hume.
Aye.
Counselor Mackin.
Aye.
Counselor O'Brien.
Aye.
Counselor Ringus.
Aye.
Counselor Ryan.
Aye.
Counselor Sasha.
Yes.
All in favor.
That is unanimous, thank you. Communications and reports from the mayor and town boards. Tonight, we have none, so we'll be moving on to old business. Item 21028, the mayor, ordinance to establish an anti-blight program or take up any action related thereto. It is a public hearing. We'll continue to table this to September 7th, 2021 tonight, if all are in favor of that. Is there a motion to continue to table order 21028 to September 7th, 2021?
So moved, Madam President.
Second.
There's been a motion made by Councilor Ringus, seconded by Councilor Ryan. Clerk Semino, a roll call vote, please.
Motion to continue table to order 21028 to September 7th, 2021. Counselor Baraka.
Yes.
Counselor Connors.
Aye.
Counselor Flaherty.
Yes.
Counselor Hume.
Aye.
Counselor Mackin.
Aye.
Counselor O'Brien.
Aye.
Counselor Ringus.
Aye.
Counselor Ryan.
Aye.
Counselor Sasha.
Yes.
All in favor.
That is unanimous, thank you. Moving on to item 21035, National Grid petition, Arnold Street, or take up any action relative thereto. I will refer to Councilor Ryan, who's the chairman of the Committee on the Department of Public Works, for his recommendation to the committee, to the council.
Thank you, Madam President. Earlier this evening, the Town Council Department of Public Works Subcommittee met to review this matter. It was myself, Councilor Flaherty, and Councilor Mackin met upstairs not too long ago. And in attendance was National Grid as well as DPW staff. And this permit is to do work in Arnold Street. There's some very old gas main in Arnold Street that needs to be replaced. Also, the town of Braintree is reconstructing the road. So DPW staff want us to approve this permit tonight as quick as we can, so National Grid can get out there and replace their gas main. And what's particular about this job is that the town would like National Grid to pay very close attention to how they compact the trench. So when they replace the gas main, they have to pay a lot of attention to compact the trench properly, because the town of Braintree is going to go in very quickly with their contractor and put the new roadway down. So they have to ensure that the trench is done right so the road doesn't settle where the gas main was replaced. So there's going to be a lot of coordination between the town and National Grid. And we're going to go out and inspect the trench to make sure it was compacted correctly before we relay the road. And it's something that's going to all be done this construction season. So the town, the DPW staff want us to approve this tonight. And that's really the main thing with this. The street is not under moratorium. The street was repaved in 2003, so it's not an issue with the moratorium. So the DPW subcommittee recommended unanimously to approve this permit to the full council.
Thank you, Councilor Ryan. Any comments from other councilors? None? Councilor Ringus, is there a motion?
There is, Madam President. Thank you. I would move that we relay, I'm sorry, I lost my place there. We relay approximately 275 feet of 2-inch coated steel 1956 gas main, approximately 635 feet of 2-inch bare steel 1947 gas main, and approximately 290 feet of 1.5-inch bare steel 1949 gas main in Arnold Street from Middle Street to number 66 Arnold Street, with 1,400 feet of 2-inch plastic gas main and abandoned same limit, with all recommendations noted by DPW.
Second.
There's been a motion made by Councilor Ringus, seconded by Councilor Ryan. Clerk Semino, roll call vote, please.
Counselor Baraka.
Yes.
Counselor Connors.
Aye.
Counselor Flaherty.
Yes.
Counselor Hume.
Aye.
Counselor Mackin.
Aye.
Counselor O'Brien.
Aye.
Counselor Ringus.
Aye.
Counselor Ryan.
Aye.
Counselor Sasha?
Yes.
All in favor?
Thank you, that's unanimous. Moving on to new business, item 02321, the town clerk, an overview of the preliminary 2020 census population numbers. We have with us tonight Jim Casey, the town clerk. Welcome, Mr. Casey. You have the floor.
Okay, how come we don't have the, it worked well at the pre-run. We don't have to hit anything else, right? I don't have to hit that, do I? I don't. Exit. What, right here? From beginning. Oh, there we go. Technology, my favorite. Okay, thank you for having me here this evening. My purpose is to provide a status update on the 2020 census local process for re-precincting and to share unofficial preliminary census data and draft 2020 census maps. You'll see here the three maps here, the one on the far left, that's the existing precinct structure. The one in the middle was the first draft that was presented us by the UMass Donahue Institute. And the second is draft 2 of that map, and that is a revision of the first one to correct a little issue that we uncovered at the time. I believe providing this overview at this time will assist members after official numbers are released and the final draft of the 2020 pre-precincting map is available for approval. Okay, so. Okay, what are the facts for re-precinct? It's pretty powerful. It's mandated by the U.S. Constitution, Mass General Law, and by our own town charter. The decennial census is based on inhabitants of a municipality, not voters. What are the standards? The law requires that voting precincts be established by a city or town, and they must meet certain requirements. They must have a contiguous territory, be bounded by a center line of a street or other well-defined boundaries, contain no more than 4,000 residents, and be no more than 5% different from the average precinct. What are our responsibilities in this process? Municipalities have the initial responsibility of establishing precinct boundaries. The town will approve and submit their plans, map, population, and a legal description of those boundaries of each precinct to the state. The local process is defined in three basic categories: our working group, data release, and the local approval. A working group was formed back in May of 2021. It consisted of these members here. Each of us conducted a workshop with the U.S. Census Bureau, and then after the workshop, we were provided a simulation map and the data files so we can start looking at the data. The official data of information will be released in late September. The projection is September 30th. Up until that time, we cannot really provide a formal mapping structure. I do expect to see some changes in the precinct numbers. Right now, the population is based at 37,189. I expect it to be up a little higher than that. The next part is the local approval. That comes in October. And what happened is the town clerk is required to submit required paperwork to the local review district commission by October 30th. With the council's president's approval, a final decision and a vote on the future direction of polling locations will be before this council sometime in September. Because what we need to do is, for the precinct maps, we have to have a determination. Are we moving it to voting centers, individual polling places? They have to be shown on the particular map. Let's take a look at a little history of Braintree's population. Well, we see the population back in the year 8,000, a mere 1,300 residents. It has now grown to what I said, a little over $37,000 voters. And essentially, the population growth started happening in the 50s. For this last decade, the total population is estimated to have grown by 4% to the 37,189 number. What does our preliminary map look like? Here, this is a smaller version. You can look at it bigger there. The black line represents the 2010 districts. Okay, so if you see any migration of color, that essentially is a precinct moving into another precinct. And I think this chart kind of defines it a little clearer for you. All the yellow areas is the migration from one precinct to another. What we see here is some green dots. Those green dots represent the location of the sitting district councilors. There is one red dot in District 5A. That is the home precinct of the District 5 councilor. However, you can see what has happened here is there was migration into that district. That district council got moved into District 2A. This is a major problem for us at this point in time. As of this Monday, nomination papers were being issued. We cannot have a sitting district council or a person who wants to run for any particular district within the town be voting, gathering signatures of one district, and then eventually, because the district was reformatted incorrectly, sitting in another district. So a change has been made, and this is the redraft, draft number 2. And as you can see, there's quite a bit difference in it. And again, as I did in the first one, is I highlighted the areas of change. If we take a look at the top one, District 2B, that district was moved over to the railroad tracks beyond Church Street. So all of Church Street will be in the District 2B district. Then we take a look at the 2A area. That was absorbed into the expansion of draft 1 to offset the expansion, the loss of expanding the District 2B district. We can see in 2A that was adjusted to what it looked like in 2010 to show that the district, we try to keep the district as it was to eliminate that problem with moving a district sitting councilor into another location. The only difference there is we see in the bottom right-hand corner that District 2A expanded a little bit into District 5A. Yeah, let's go into, where's the next chart going? There we go. Okay, what are our next steps? In September, upon receipt of the official census data, the working group will begin a review of the official data and make responsible adjustments as needed. A revised map with updated populations will be issued, and as required, the legal descriptions of each precinct, the meets and bounds, will be conducted by myself with the help of the engineering department. In October, we will be before this council to present you with the recommended mapping, the re-precincting, and this re-precincting has to be completed as we have to submit all of our approved documentation to the state by the end of October. So we're under a tight window. Again, I provided this to have you kind of think about what's before us on this so we can move quickly and make sure that we get it correct the first time out. I want to thank you all for your attention today. If there are any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Otherwise, we're all done.
Thank you, Clerk Casey. So as we discussed, you have a quite lengthy presentation. You did a, high-level summary for us. Are you going to put this out on your website?
At this time, no, because
Okay.
these are preliminary information. It was just to give you folks, like I said, an idea of what's coming before you. This could change as high as 500 additional in population, and I don't know how the re-precinct the impacts. As you can take a look at the first map, the third map there, the extension of District 1B down from the black line down to the town of Randolph, there's 137 voters in that little area, and it replaced a very small geography. And you take a look at District 1B in its entirety, it's bigger than District 3 totally. So we see the density in the population in different segments of the town. So it makes it difficult when you move population from one precinct to another. Every action has a reaction, and this is the cause, and it makes it quite difficult to do that. But we will have all the information as we present it to the council in October. That will be up on the website so people can see it. Any other questions?
Thank you. Anybody have any questions? Councilor Ryan?
So it says the changes are effective at the beginning of 2022.
Yes, January 1st, 2022, these go into play.
So it won't affect this upcoming
It will not
election?
affect anything right now. And that's the reason of the issue we had here. What now I'm doing right now is tracking any new person running for council. If they're in a district, I'm marking them on my map with a pin to show that they're in the right district. If there's an issue with that, or if they're in close proximity of crossing over to another district, that's going to be something for me to look at when I get the final numbers.
To the chair, you'll be letting them know that's the situation.
Oh, what's going to happen is I'll adjust the numbers so that they'll stay in the district that they pull papers for.
Okay.
Okay, because there's no way we can go back on pulling papers.
Anybody else? Did you have any? Okay. All right, thank you, Mr.
Okay.
Casey.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you kindly, and you have all good night.
You too.
And thank you to Sue Semino for all her help.
Okay. And at this time, I just want to call Town Solicitor and Chief of Staff Nicole Taub up. She just wanted to say a few words.
Thank you, Madam President. Just very briefly, because I believe this is our first official meeting in our newly painted Cahill Auditorium. And so I would be remiss if I didn't recognize our incredible facilities team within DPW, and specifically Matt McSweeney, who doesn't know I'm recognizing him tonight, but I felt that I should. A lot of work went into choosing the colors, painting the walls, and also, if you look up, painting the ceiling, which was long overdue after many, many years of patching. They were able to redo the entire ceiling and really kind of revitalize the space for us. So for those of you watching at home, I hope you can see it. And for those of us that are here on a regular basis, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like it. This is just one of the many kind of rehab jobs that the facilities team has done, and it's really going a long way to make some of our common spaces in our buildings a lot more beautiful. So I did want to just take an opportunity to recognize them for that. Thank you, Madam President, for allowing me the opportunity to do so.
Thank you. It does look great. Great choice of color. That was the chief of staff who chose the color, so great color selection. And thank you to all the DPW played a part. It is. It's a beautiful update to our chambers and to Cahill Auditorium. Moving on to referrals. Is there a motion to refer to the Committee of Ways and Means? Councilor Ringus.
I would move, Madam President, to refer to the Committee on Ways and Means 21037, Town Clerk 2021 local election early voting options or taking up any action relative thereto. 21040, Mayor authorization of 5-year lease agreement golf course or take up any action relative thereto. 02421, Councilor Connors, Mack, and Shasha develop and review a long-term budget forecast or take up any action relative thereto. I did not make the referral on 21038 because I believe there may be some requests for same-night action on
Are we
that.
doing that? Okay.
Counselor O'Brien,
Okay.
are you still looking?
So I will
for
refer
same-night
those
action?
three to start.
Second.
Counselor
Second for
O'Brien,
discussion.
Second for discussion.
Councilor O'Brien, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam President. With all due respect, it would be remiss of me, because I am generally against same-night action, but it would be remiss of me to accept the same-night action for a new person to the community, and I do welcome that new person. I do thank that person for volunteering. But at the same time, we have a pillar of our community in 21038, mayor appointment, Lee Dingy, to the Board of Registrars, or take up any action relative thereto. So, Madam President, I would like to take a motion to also have same-night action on that particular appointment because, as I said, he is a pillar of the community. So I move to appoint Lee Dingy and take same-night action.
We have a motion on the table with a second. We can take up that motion after this, Councilor O'Brien, but the motion at hand is for item 21037, 21040, and
2-4. You're right. Keep going.
02421. We have not taken up 21038 yet.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I didn't,
So
yep,
there's been a
thank you.
motion and a
Apologize.
second to refer those three items. Clerk Semino, roll call vote, please.
Counselor Barrica?
Yes.
Counselor Connors?
Aye.
Counselor Flaherty?
Yes.
Counselor Hume?
Aye.
Counselor Mackin?
Aye.
Counselor O'Brien?
Aye.
Counselor Ringus?
Aye.
Counselor Ryan?
Aye.
Counselor Sasha?
Yes.
All in favor.
That is unanimous, thank you. So now, at the request of the mayor, if we would take item 21038, the mayor, the appointment, Board of Registrars, Lee Dingy, or take up any action relative thereto. The mayor's office is requesting same-night action. Does anybody object to same-night action? Roll call vote, please. A yes, you are voting
Allow.
for same-night
Allow.
action. A no,
Yeah.
you object to same-night action.
Okay. So Counselor Barrica?
Yes.
Counselor Connors?
Aye.
Counselor Flaherty?
Yes.
Counselor Hume?
Yes.
Counselor Mackin?
Aye.
Counselor O'Brien?
Aye.
Counselor Ringus?
Aye.
Counselor Ryan?
Aye.
Counselor Sasha?
Yes.
All in favor for same-night action.
Okay. Now, Council Ringus will read a motion on item 21038, the mayor appointment Board of Registrars for Lee Dingy.
Prior to that, do we want to hear from the mayor's office on the
You want to
appointment?
come on up? So you're keeping me on my toes tonight. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President, and thank you to Councilor O'Brien for raising the idea and suggestion to approve Mr. Dingy for same-night action to serve on the Board of Registrars. As folks might be aware, this appointment is to replace Alvarazo, who has served for a long time on the Board of Registrars, and it's my understanding that the board is ramping up to begin its efforts for the upcoming election in September. As was already stated, Mr. Dingy is a long-time and long-standing member of our community whose participation dates back, if not earlier, to the Board of Selectmen in 1998. He's also served on the ZBA and also chaired the Board of Selectmen from 1999 to 2001. And I think that there's no question as to Mr. Dingy's commitment to our community. And again, we are fortunate to have him willing to serve and volunteer his time in support of the Board of Registrars. I will say, because he's not here, Mr. Dingy, I don't think anticipated same night action this evening, and so I would be very happy to report what I hope is a unanimous approval of this appointment this evening. Thank you.
Any questions, comments from the committee? Seeing none. Councilor Ringus.
Thank you, Madam President. I would move that upon the request of His Honor, the Mayor of the Town of Braintree, through the Braintree Town Council, in accordance with Section 3-3 of the Charter of the Town of Braintree, approves the appointment of Leland Dingy to the Board of Registrars.
Second.
There's been a motion made by Councilor Ringus, seconded by Councilor Ryan. Clerk Semino, a roll call vote, please.
Counselor Baraka.
Yes.
Counselor Connors.
Aye.
Counselor Flaherty.
Yes.
Counselor Hume.
Aye.
Counselor Mackin. Counselor O'Brien.
I apologize for going out of order, but aye.
It's okay.
Counselor Ringus.
Aye.
Counselor Ryan.
Aye.
Counselor Sasha.
Yes.
All in favor.
That is unanimous. Thank you all. Okay, that actually is the end of our meeting. So our next meeting will be on Tuesday, September 7th, 2021 at 7:30 p.m. I hope everybody enjoys the summer. We'll be meeting after Labor Day. Special thanks, as always, to BCAM, Wes Ray, Bill Needham, and Jerry Comic for working behind the scenes. Again, they have all new cameras here. Hopefully for the viewers at home, you're having a crystal clear picture, but thank you to BCAM for always supporting us in the community and bringing all of the town meetings to all of your homes. With that, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Madam President.
Second.
There's been a motion made by Councilor Ringus, seconded by Councilor Ryan. Clerk Semino, a roll call vote to adjourn, please.
Counselor Baraka.
Yes.
Counselor Connors.
Aye.
Counselor Flaherty.
Yes.
Counselor Hume.
Aye.
Counselor Mackin.
Aye.
Counselor O'Brien.
Aye.
Counselor Ringus.
Aye.
Counselor Ryan.
Aye.
Counselor Sasha.
Yes.
All in favor to adjourn.
We are adjourned. Good night, everybody.